Because the U.S. might be a state or two. I mean, a state in the U.S. is like a country in Europe, right? I think the places that would be most susceptible to it would be Europe for sure, as the countries are. Like, the population density of Europe is like incredibly high in terms of like major cities. So I think they would be like the most adept at being like damaged by like any type of nuclear war in general. I think it's got to be either all nukes or no nukes, and safer option is no nukes. I just don't see it the same way. But I also don't really care for nukes as a weapon, but like nuclear power and shit is fantastic. Like, I'm just saying, let's send our strongest fighter and send their strongest fighter, and they can 1v1 hand-to-hand combat, okay? How about that? Okay. Let's bring back the fucking let's bring back the Coliseum, bro. Let's get a global Coliseum. We'll build that shit in the ocean. Anybody can go and watch the events, man. You want to talk shit, bro? Bring your strongest fighter, man. If he gets smoked, he gets smoked. You know what? Let's do one up on top of that, bro. Make it the leader, bro. If you're the leader of your country, pull up 1v1. Better start electing MMA motherfuckers. You max Q or right click first? You max Q first. Alright, I vented. I haven't vented, but my boy is dead. Look how they massacred my boy!
I'll be back. Hold them until
What happened to the rush for super soldiers? They'd go hard right now. Nobody wants super soldiers, bro. What we want is soldiers that you don't have to send. You used to do all the boxing and MMA events in your city? Like you were the promoter? Like you put them together? There would be nearly as much world conflict if leaders fought themselves. Well, typically you don't you don't elect a leader for their fighting capabilities. You elect a leader for their mental capabilities. Like there's a reason it's like you elect like an elder theoretically, because they're the wisest and they have the most mental like experience. Hello, mostly cake. How are you doing today? It's crazy seeing the transition to use drones in warfare. These exploding Ukrainian drones are nuts. What are you talking about, brother? Strap a C4 on that bad boy. I'm kidding. That shit's kind of fucked up. Like, when you really get down to it, that shit's like kind of fucked. Like, I feel like Old War, like, at least is like, you know, like hand-to-hand kind of, like, you see the guy, you know what I mean? But when you just get taken out from, like, you know, somebody on a different continent, like, that's fucked when you really think about it.
an enemy tower is under attack.
Who was right? Starker, Cap, and Civil War. What were the positions again? It's been a long time since I've seen it. I feel like it was Tony. Was Tony the move on? I feel like it was Tony. Whatever side was like, yeah, just move on. Tony was pro-government control. Cap said no control over the Avengers. Oh. I feel like both of those are shitty choices. I'm anti-government though, so I would say I guess Cap was right. But also the concept of somebody that has world-destroying power being unchecked, probably not a great idea. So I feel like it's a tough decision there. If you're an Avenger, you're not taking orders from Joe Schmo. See, that's what I'm saying, but also, like, it's kind of crazy. Any tips for someone relatively new to MOBAs? Learn one character and or role, and then after you learn them, then branch out. Don't try to branch out too much early, because it gets a lot harder to learn. Probably the best advice I can give you. There's more establishment than Cap. Yeah, I feel like that stance doesn't make sense. I fucking whiffed. Cringe, bro. I lost at 50-50 on where my right click was gonna hit. Most American thing you can do is challenge the government. True.
Stars, I see your light. Before me. Under attack. Another step.
Alright, maybe I stop inting now. You stand here in support of turkeys around the world. Like you want. I'm very confused. Oh, man, I tried to hit both. You hate to see it. Kill that guy, give me the assist. Ooh, reading the dash like a book. Like a book. Yeah, that's my cannon wave. Superman, get the fuck off that shit. What do we think about the CIA abolish or nah? I feel like the CIA is just shady shit. But then again, like, I don't know how actually relevant that is to society, so I can't say for or against. Although I do think the concept of, like, stuff being hidden for, like, 100 years, like the JFK files, is kind of crazy. I feel like that should not exist. Obviously, corruption in any form is bad and should be removed. Do a lot of destabilizing shit across the world. I mean, like I said, I'm more of an isolationist personally, so like that shit obviously I don't agree with. But for the sake of just like actually gathering intel for the safety of like the US, like I'm for that, sure. Other shit like not so much, right? Like, I feel like the CIA should be more of a counterintelligence as opposed to, like, we're gonna do shit in other countries, just stopping other people from doing shit in our country, in my opinion.
I sense it. The black hole.
Is that Combustion or Megacosm? This is Combustion. Give me that tower plate. This is a fiesta of a game, and I haven't really participated at all. I'm just 1-1-1. I'm just busy yapping, bro. I'm just yappity yap yap. Not paying attention to the game. Honestly, I'm enjoying the game more than I probably ever have. This is fucking awesome. Like shit, I'm just vibing, brother. Pretty good. Some characters need nerfing. I mean, sure, you're always gonna have strong characters and bad characters. I don't know why people think that's like a new concept. No, my god, I fucking missed. I'm actually dog shit. Good thing you bit like an ape. Bro, I would clip the wall there. Hell soloed. Nice gank, fucking loser bear. I almost called him a fucking boozer because fucking he's a fucking alcoholic. I almost combined fucking bear and loser, man. Fucking alcoholic bear, man. Get this guy off me. I see. Look, I'm just saying, Caramel, count your blessings, man. At least you can see. You might not be able to walk, but you can see at least. So, you know, count your blessings. Cocaine soul. I don't do cocaine, no. I don't do drugs. Unless it's medically provided cocaine, then maybe. If a doctor gives me it, who am I to say no? Anymore. No, I've never really been a big drug guy. I'm pretty anti-drug, actually. Hope you get to the point where your doctor recommends you cocaine. Can they even do that? Like, is that a thing? How do I get that? What do I have to say to my physician to get some cocaine? Covered by insurance, preferably. Your doctor recommended weed? I mean, that's pretty normal these days. I think that's like very similar to like alcohol, for example. Your anesthesiologist give you fentanyl and ketamine for your surgery. Damn, did you see anything? Have a nice little trip. Damn, they had you fucked up on the perks? God damn. Oh my god, I'm actually so dog shit at the game, bro. Do you think a doctor can give you for cocaine? Don't worry, I was just kidding anyways. You got high as a kite. I mean, were you having a good time though? Like taking prescription drugs but have problems with sleeping / appetites. I mean, I think it's alright. Change to weed and been better than ever. That's good, man. I'm glad it's been able to help you.
Come, the
Pistol
party's
P,
this
thank you
way.
for the follow. Works pretty well. I mean, as long as it works for you. And you're not, like, abusing it or anything.
Not a trial, but perhaps it was smooth.
I think weed is, like, honestly, very much abused. And I think it's, not talked about for whatever reason. It's very, like, normalized. You abuse cocaine, you have a problem. That sounds like you have daddy issues. Perhaps you like to meet shitty men. Because just weed at the end of the day, I mean, it doesn't really excuse it. You can't get addicted to weed. That's just not true. You can definitely psychologically get addicted to weed. That's just not true at all. That's actually such a cope take. That's such a cope take. That is actually such a cope take. That's like the take of somebody that's like needs weed every 2 seconds. I don't think any drug consumption should be normalized. I mean, there's a difference between it being like normalized to the point where it's not like illegal, and there's a difference between taking it, you know, 18 times a day. I don't think smoking weed ain't the end of the world. And the reason, but like I said, there's a difference between like using it and there's a difference between abusing it. And I think as long as you're not abusing it, it's probably okay. But like if you're abusing it, obviously that's not good.
It was my pleasure.
You have a harder time stopping drinking Coca-Cola than not smoking weed. Yeah, and there's people that fucking can't stop eating their fucking mattress, buddy. I've seen it on TLC. That doesn't mean anything. You could be addicted to fucking anything, brother. Especially any type of drug or narcotic. Like, what are you talking about? I've seen that mattress episode too. Like, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't mean anything. Just because you could theoretically stop it doesn't mean that it's not an addictive substance.
I'll be back. Hold them until then.
And that it can't be an addictive substance. It just doesn't mean anything. Let's say, as a point, I was saying your experience. Yeah, I mean, it's different for everybody, right?
The black hole is ready.
Thinks weed addictive and a gateway drug. I don't even think weed is like a gateway drug. I think it's just like a accessible drug. It's an accessible drug that's easy to convince people to take. I don't necessarily think it's quote unquote a gateway drug. Not the way that they want you to think in there, brother. And it's cheap, which I think is a big thing. It's cheap and accessible. Like, nobody's gonna sit there and offer you fucking black tar heroin or cocaine for free, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't happen, because it's way more expensive, and it's more illegal. Like, weed, it's like, you're smoking a blunt with somebody. Like, it's not like, it's not even remotely the same in terms of, like, accessibility, in terms of, like, what it actually does and or costs. Who would blow love to share? Yeah, people that also smoke cocaine are also rich as fuck. What fucking 15-year-olds do you know are hanging out with people that just have a ton of fucking cocaine? Ask yourself that one, Batman. Alcohol? I would say it's actually probably the most closest to alcohol in terms of accessibility. I would say alcohol is probably even more of a gateway drug than weed. Weed makes things better. Yeah, I mean, it's just, like I said, different experience for different people. Doesn't still mean it's not a drug. Yeah, I would agree with that, Horatio. I mean, like, anything could be considered a gateway drug, right?
Go.
Anything that can be abused is a gateway, right? Food addiction is the addiction that is most prevalent in America. I don't think that's true, honestly.
Glide.
Alcohol more addictive than weed. I mean, alcohol could be more physically addicting than weed. Has to do with withdrawals, not desire. I mean, that means nothing to me. Gambling addiction is the fastest growing addiction. I mean, there's a lot of gambling things that have occurred recently. Loot boxes, things like that in games. All that stuff, I think, leads a lot to that.
I'm ready to open the black hole.
Some people have addictive genetics and certain people don't. I mean, certain people just use it to cope as well. This comes back to the fucking, you got issues take. You got issues, you know? You get withdrawals from weed? I'm sure you can get psychological withdrawals for sure. Like, that's just like a cope take. Are you gonna die because you didn't smoke weed in a day? No, but mentally you're gonna be fucking awful. Physically too? I don't know much about the physical aspects. I just know for a fact mentally you definitely can. Physically, I just don't know enough about it to say, like, definitive yes or no. So we wait for 15 years, your appetite is less and you sleep worse. This prolonged and excessive use has effects you just don't think are the reason. Yeah, probably. Sounds accurate. Some substances can kill you from withdrawals, mostly opiates. I mean, that doesn't mean that you can't be addicted to something. Is there a patch tomorrow? There is, Warrior, there is. Physically didn't feel anything, but you do feel the urge to smoke sometimes. Mentally, it affects you. Yeah, for sure. But that doesn't mean that's the same for everybody. Does our brain surprisingly need certain levels of misery or happiness to even function? What the hell? I think that's called sadism or masochistic. Been smoking every day since I was 12. How old are you now? Give me that bubble. Oh, I didn't get it, bro. Fuck. 23. This guy's got 3 brain cells left. He's cooked all the other ones. 31. This guy's a fucking boomer.
I will only be a moment. Your destruction is nigh. Think nothing of it.
Fly.
I cannot go on. How does that feel?
Smile.
Just spacing for mana.
And your destruction
Ooh, a little close there, a little close.
all gone.
That's my goat super meds!
The stars shall return.
Had no trouble quitting after fixing your issues in life, but you definitely felt like it fucked up your brain to a degree.
This time will
Rip.
destroy him.
Probably fucked up your lungs too a little bit.
Fall before me.
You're always high while playing video games, but you never stoop to the 420 level. Like I said, there's a difference between like people that require it and then people that just like use it. Like there's a very big difference. Holy shit, he actually hit the smite.
It was my pleasure.
Ow!
Now you will suffer.
Damn guy's fast as fuck. Hey, you wanna fire one up? Yeah, man, you do you, big dog. Don't let me tell you how to live your life.
The light fades. Think nothing of it.
This should be game. Take an edible every now and then. Yeah, I'll take like a small edible. Not like a heavy one. Like 5-10 milligrams. Nothing crazy.
They thought they could best us. It hurts.
No Noxio. I want to try Megacosm. If I went Noxio, it was going to be last.
My apologies.
Everything in moderation, for sure. Religion is a scam. I would not say that. Religion is something that you get out of what you put into it, in my opinion. I think that's something you come to realize when you're older. Because I used to think the same way. It's just simply one of those things that you get out of what you put in.